Guillermo here, and welcome to my top 15 best NECA figures of 2019. Guys, this was an absolutely insane year for NECA. They killed it. Does not even begin to say how good NECA did this year. They absolutely knocked it out of the park this year, month after month, figure after figure. This was probably NECA's best year ever. Honest to God, this was such an incredible year. There were over 30 figures that I wanted to put on this list, but I had to bring it down to top 15. I didn't even want to make it top 15. I wanted to do a top 10, a standard top 10, but there were so many amazing figures this year. I had to add a couple, so I decided to do top 15. And what you're seeing right now is my honorable mentions. So here is all of my honorable mentions for the best NECA figures of 2019. The Toonie Terrors Jason represents the entire Toonie Terrors line. I think every Toonie Terrors is just as good as the last one, and I think the whole line deserves to be mentioned in here. So the Jason represents the entire line. But other than that, we have the Newborn, the Ophelia, the Pale Man, Stripe the Gremlin. We have the Mothra from the King of the Monsters line, the Assassin Predator, and the Ultimate Laurie Strode. These are my honorable mentions for 2019. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's get in to the top 15 of best figures of 2019. And if you have any NECA collectors in your life that you need gifts for Christmas, use this video to maybe get some ideas for them, because if they don't have the figures that you're gonna see on this list, that might be one you might want to consider. All right, let's get into it. Coming in at the number 15 spot on this list is the NECA King of the Monsters Godzilla. This was my favorite figure of the King of the Monsters line. I absolutely love the sculpt, the detail work, the paint work, and just how much this figure improved on the 2014 figure. This is just, in my opinion, an absolutely awesome figure. I recommend this to any Godzilla fans, and even though there were 3 in total made this year of this exact mold, I think that this is the go-to one. I really, really love this figure. The box leaves a little bit to be desired, which is why this is kind of low on the list, because I don't like the box, and I don't like that this figure did not come with any accessories whatsoever. I really feel they could have thrown something in there, especially when you factor in that they released other Godzilla figures, other versions of this figure with accessories that had, the same price tag, so there was totally not a manufacturing cost problem with including accessories. So I really don't know why we didn't get any accessories with this, which is why this is number 15, bottom of the list, but I still absolutely love this figure, and it's definitely one of my favorites of 2019. So that is number 15, the Godzilla, King of the Monsters, Godzilla. And it doesn't help that, and it doesn't, obviously, because King of the Monsters was such an awesome movie, and I really, really love Godzilla's design from this new millennial version of Godzilla. I really like this look for Godzilla, so I love having a figure of him in this look. Coming in at the number 14 spot on this list is the NECA Ultimate Golden Angel Elder Predator. Now, in my opinion, Predator was certainly not the standout line for NECA this year. But if I had to pick my favorite Predator from this year and my current favorite Predator figure of all time, it is the Golden Angel Elder Predator. This figure is absolutely awesome. Even if you don't know anything about this Predator or have never read the comics, and you absolutely should, because this comic is pretty damn awesome, this is such an awesome looking Predator. He has such a great array of accessories, so many amazing head sculpts, so many different weapons to display him with, his antique pistol, his awesome extendable blade, which can be sheathed, his plasma caster, he has his blades, his smart disc. This figure just is packed to the 10 with accessories, tons of different display options, posability out the butt. He is just an absolutely awesome figure, and I seriously love this figure. This is my current favorite NECA Predator figure, and that is why he is on this list. However, as much as I do love this figure, like I said, Predator, in my opinion, was not NECA's standout line for this year, because their horror figures completely outshined their Predator and Alien figures this year, in my opinion. So that's why he's kind of low on the list. But still, it's only because the figures above him were so awesome. This is still a fantastic figure, and if you like Predator figures at all, this is a must-have. I love this figure. That is number 14, the NECA Ultimate Golden Angel Elder Predator. Coming in at the number 13 spot on this list, he's Death, plain and simple, the NECA 8-inch retro cloth Nightbreed figure. Now, spoil right off the front, this is the only 8-inch retro cloth figure from this year that made it onto this list. However, this is, in my opinion, NECA's all-time best 8-inch retro cloth figure. I love this figure, and this really is the figure that kind of made me want to start collecting these figures, because while I had collected a couple before this, this is the one that really made me go hardcore into the line, because I just love this figure, and none of the other ones that I bought this year have even come close to chalking up to this one. Maybe it's just because I love this movie so very much, and I had no idea it existed until NECA released this figure, so I have them to thank for me ever seeing this amazing Clive Barker movie. But seriously, this is such an awesome figure. He has so many different accessories, so many different posing options. His posability is incredibly limited because that's kind of the nature of the 8-inch retro cloth figures. The posability isn't fantastic, but the accessories are so great, including my favorite accessory that this guy comes with, and probably my favorite part about him in general, is this absolutely awesome briefcase accessory, which actually opens up and can hold all of his knives. And they even have little slots right here, and if you were to open it the correct way, like I did not just do just then, they would have stayed in perfect place. And it's such an awesome way to have all the accessories stored on the figure at once, and then you can close it, it closes back up, latches, and you can put it right back into the figure's hand for him to hold. I just love this figure so very much, and that is why I had to put it on the list somewhere. I'm still not like the most gigantic retro cloth fan. I really prefer the Ultimate figures over the retro cloth figures, and I really hope NECA does this character in the Ultimate line as well at some point. I would absolutely love that, but if this is the only figure we ever get of Dr. Decker, I love this figure. I think it's awesome, and that is why it is number 13 on this list. Coming in at the number 12 spot on this list is, in my opinion, the single greatest Pennywise action figure of the Bill Skarsgård 2017 version. I love this figure. This is the ultimate Pennywise the Dancing Clown from NECA, and it is, in my opinion, the absolute be-all, end-all Bill Skarsgård Pennywise figure. The head sculpts that this figure came with, plentiful, so many different display options, and 2 sets of arms allowing you to create either an absolutely batshit insane design for your Pennywise, or display him in a completely neutral way with standard arms, standard appendages, and an awesome head sculpt to go with it. This happens to be my favorite head sculpt, the one he comes on default. However, the light of Deadlight head sculpt is so very awesome, as well as the Burn Hand head sculpt, and even the Flute Lady head sculpt. So many different display options for this figure in one $30 Ultimate figure. Just absolutely awesome value. Best Pennywise figure by far of the Bill Skarsgård Pennywise. Even though he doesn't come with this little jack-in-the-box, which comes with the accessory pack, this is still an absolutely awesome figure, and I would definitely recommend picking this up this year. If you only want one Pennywise action figure, this, along with one other figure that also made it onto this list, are my definite recommendations. This is just such a very amazing representation of the Bill Skarsgård Pennywise. So many different ways to display, and you can have pretty much whatever you want with this one Pennywise figure. So that is number 12. Coming in at the number 11 spot on this list is the big boy, the quarter scale Michael Myers. This is just such an amazing representation of Michael Myers. I absolutely love this figure. It is just absolutely perfectly done. The weathering detail on the mask is so very awesome. The body looks fantastic. Both of the accessories, well, actually all of the accessories, the weapons and the head sculpt are just absolutely freaking awesome. This thing is just absolutely amazing looking. It's so very awesome. It's one of my favorite quarter scale figures NECA has ever made. I just love this thing, and yeah, he's just awesome. I think honestly this figure can pretty much speak for itself why it's on this list, because it's just so amazing, so much to behold, a breathtaking piece made by NECA. So that is number 11, the quarter scale 2018 Michael Myers. And we're down to the top 10. So coming in at the number 10 spot on this list is the Ultimate 2009 Derek Mears Jason. NECA absolutely knocked it out of the park with this figure. The sculpt, the height of this figure, the way they did the mask, the way they did the unmasked head sculpt, the way they did the sheet head sculpt. It is just perfect. The box looks phenomenal. This is just such an absolutely phenomenal figure of a look that no one ever really thought about getting a NECA figure of, because this movie isn't very highly regarded. I used to be a big fan of this movie, but upon my most recent viewing, I actually don't care for this movie that much these days. I really liked it the first time I watched it, but I don't know, my most recent viewing has brought this movie down substantially for me. That does not change the fact that this figure is absolutely awesome. This is one of NECA's best Jason figures ever. Derek Mears is one of my favorite actors to ever play Jason, if not my absolute favorite. He's just so badass. I love the look. It is such an awesome look. The machete he comes with, that freaking 20-foot long machete, is just absolutely awesome. But he doesn't come with the campfire you see back here, but it's such a great accessory to throw in there. And honestly, if you are collecting this figure, chances are you are collecting the entire Friday the 13th line, because if not, well, there's only one Jason figure you need, but we'll get to that later. But if you do have this figure, chances are you have that part too, and this campfire makes such a great accessory to go along with this figure. So the 2009 Ultimate Jason absolutely had to go on this list. I believe this made it to in my middle of the year top 10, which I believe is actually made private on this channel, so I don't think you can see it anymore. It wasn't that great. I didn't really like it that much anyway, but I believe this was number 2 on that list. So yes, this is an absolutely phenomenal figure, a must-have for Jason fans, and this is just an absolutely fantastic figure. I really love this one. Definitely deserved to be on this list. So that is number 10, I mean, the Ultimate 2009 Derek Mears Jason Voorhees. Coming in at the number 9 spot on this list is the Ultimate Gamer Gremlin. The NECA Gremlins line was absolutely awesome. The stripe figure is really, really cool, and so is the original Gremlin. However, there is one massive issue with those figures, which does transition into this figure, and that is that the figures just do not stand up all that well. They're very difficult to get stand up. You almost need a display stand for them. However, this figure is so awesome. This is the only Gremlin figure I put on this top 10 list because I just love the accessories they included with this. This has got to be the best bang for your buck Gremlin figure, because not only do you get a great array of accessories to use for any Gremlins display, not just a gamer Gremlins display. You get the awesome popcorn and the Coke, which they just go great on any Gremlins display. Plus these accessories that you can put on your different Gremlins, the glasses and the hat, just absolutely awesome. Not to mention the ability to take the popcorn out of the actual bucket here, which is stuck. Why are you not coming out? There we go. And actually be able to put this onto the Gremlin's head as well. That's a whole nother display option as well. And if that's not enough, you also get the awesome arcade and of course the awesome game as well, which is so very cool. This thing is just so well done. I absolutely love this thing. Yeah, this is in my opinion the highlight of the Gremlins line. I really, really love this one. I do hope they continue it, but I do hope they also fix that issue of them just not being able to stand up. As you can see, I've totally used this one as kind of to get around it by having him in this sit down position, which totally works, by the way, and it works so great for a gamer Gremlin. But I seriously love this figure, and I think this is easily the highlight of the Gremlins line, and that is why he is number 9 on this list. Coming in at the number 8 spot on this list is the first of our Guillermo del Toro signature collections to actually make it onto the top 15 itself. We did have a lot of them in the honorable mentions, but this is the first one that in my opinion is absolutely just absolutely remarkable. This figure was so amazingly done. The sculpting, the paintwork, everything on this figure, 10 out of 10. It is incredible how well they did on this. Everything about this figure is amazing. The head sculpt, the horns, the arms, the entire body sculpt, the accessories themselves look absolutely stunning. This thing looks like it could be in a museum. It is so perfect. And let's not even talk about that box art. I mean, look at that freaking box art. It's a masterpiece, man. This thing is so beautiful. I love this figure to no end. It's from an absolutely phenomenal movie as well. This is an absolute must-have for if you like Guillermo del Toro movies or Pan's Labyrinth or NECA figures. This is a gotta get, man. This thing is amazing. I love this figure so very much. You don't get the stone. This comes with Ophelia, but I would highly recommend getting Ophelia if you're gonna get this one. She was in the honorable mentions, but this figure is like a work of art, man. This thing is so beautiful, but there was one more Guillermo del Toro figure released this year that in my opinion was just a little bit better, but this is an absolutely remarkable figure and an absolute must get if you like NECA figures. Just well done, NECA. Coming in at the number 7 spot on this list is NECA's best Godzilla figure, period. This is the 1962 Godzilla vs. King Kong Godzilla, and if you like Godzilla or you like NECA figures, you gotta have this. You probably already do. This is such a smash hit of a figure. The sculpting is incredible, and the fact that they released this right alongside SH Monster Arts version and it outsold that figure like 10 times should absolutely say that, absolutely tell you right there that this figure is incredible. I absolutely love this thing. This is definitely my favorite Godzilla figure. I really love the 2019 one as well, but this is just such a great figure. The box, oh my goodness, the box is so incredible. And even though it might not be the most awesome Godzilla box, this is still such an awesome box. I absolutely love it. This figure is just fantastic. The way the dorsal spines are also is just so beautiful. The way they're done, the way they're painted, absolutely phenomenal. The jaw has articulation, and you even get an awesome breath accessory to go with this at a really good price tag as well. And you can't beat this thing, man. This has got to be NECA's highlight Godzilla figure, and not just of the year in general. This is such a great figure, and that is why it is number 7 on this list. Coming in at number 6 is, in my opinion, the absolute best Pennywise figure, period. I love the version 2 1990 Pennywise. This thing is just fantastic. The sculpt, the paint, everything about it is so very awesome. And the accessories, this thing is just so great. The accessories as well are so awesome. You have the Turn Back Now balloon, this awesome photo album with the 3D arm coming out, and you have this amazing monster hand to come with the figure itself, 3 head sculpts, 2 that actually do look pretty similar to each other, but you do also get this absolutely awesome angry head sculpt. This is easily, in my opinion, the best Pennywise figure money can buy. I freaking love this figure so very much. It's the Tim Curry version, which is just awesome. I love the 1990 miniseries, and this figure is just awesome. And the box is pretty awesome as well. I really love this artwork on the side. So very cool. And yeah, you just can't beat this one, in my opinion. I really don't think any of the other Pennywise figures hold a candle to this one. I think this is the best one by far, and certainly doesn't even compete. The first one doesn't even compete with this one. I mean, the first 1990 release, that one can't even compete with this one. The paintwork and the sculpt is so much better. The accessories are better. This is just overall an absolutely phenomenal figure and a must-have for horror collectors, Pennywise fans, NECA fans, anything. This is an absolute must-have. Coming in at the number 5 spot on this list is our most recent figure on this list, the Ultimate Crooked Man. This thing is just remarkable, man. This is such an amazing figure. The way NECA sculpted this, it could not be a more one-to-one scale. It could not be a more one-to-one replica of how the character looks in the movie. It is just phenomenal. Everything about this figure is phenomenal. The way the way the outfit is sculpted, the box is so very awesome. The accessories it came with were amazing. I love the Zoltrope, so freaking cool. All the head sculpts were phenomenally done. I really love both ways displaying the head with or without the hat and glasses. They both look so very good. The umbrella is a work of art. This figure is absolutely phenomenal. I really love this thing. And as a bonus, I really like the review I did on this. That is probably one of my favorite reviews I did. So if you haven't checked out my review of the Ultimate Crooked Man, please do so, because I'm really happy with the way it turned out. I really like that review. So yes, no bias. I really love this figure. I just think NECA knocked it out of the park with this thing, man. And it's from a really great movie as well. And Annabelle definitely has some things to live up to if it's gonna want to top this figure, because this thing is just amazing. Coming in at the number 4 spot on this list is one everybody knew was going to be on this list, but where it was going to land was definitely a bit of a mystery. I freaking love this figure. This thing is so awesome. This is the Halloween 2 Ultimate Michael Myers, and this is just a remarkable figure. It is so well done. I think it's definitely the best Michael Myers, the best Michael Myers figure available right now. It is so awesome. The accessories are so great, and it's just so awesome. I love the way this looks. It's a perfect representation of the Dick Warlock design from Halloween 2. However, even if you don't like the Dick Warlock design, getting this figure will help you create an absolutely awesome Nick Castle custom Michael Myers. As you can see here, this is my custom Nick Castle Michael Myers, so you can have one from each of the original Halloween movies, which is just awesome. This is the same body as this one. If you want to know more about this custom, you can check out my video. It's on my channel. I did a full video on this custom, but this is such a phenomenal figure. The way they did it is so awesome. This should be enough to please any Michael Myers fan. I love this figure. I definitely think it's the best of NECA's Michael Myers figure. I definitely think this one is superior to the 2018 figure. And plus, I mean, this pumpkin is so awesome as well. You got this awesome pumpkin that opens and closes and has that awesome skull in there. And for me, this is another thing awesome about this figure for me is this came with a dope syringe to give to my Jigsaw figure, which totally makes this figure complete. So I freaking love this figure for that reason, for those reasons. And yeah, this thing is just awesome. So that is number 4, the Ultimate Halloween 2 Michael Myers. Coming in at the number 3 spot on this list is a literal work of art. This is the Shape of Water Guillermo del Toro Signature Collection Amphibian Man, and this thing is just absolutely incredible. The paintwork, the sculpt, this figure is just amazing, and not to mention the incredible accessories you get with this amazing alternate head sculpt, and of course, the absolutely phenomenal base that this figure comes with the shackles that you can put around the arms and neck. It is just amazing. That egg, the plate of eggs as well. This is such an incredible figure. Seriously, who would have ever thought we would have ever had a figure from The Shape of Water, which is one of my favorite Guillermo del Toro movies, by the way, which definitely has something to do with the reason why this is so high on the list, because I love this thing so very much. This is an absolutely remarkable figure and a must-have for any NECA collector. Honestly, I don't have anything more to say other than this is one of NECA's best figures ever made. It is just... I'm speechless with this figure, man. It is so incredible. Oh, and also the box is just beautiful. Coming in on the number 2 spot, of course, by far the single most adorable horror icon ever has finally received the treatment he deserved all these years, the ultimate trick-or-treat Sam. This figure is perfect. In my opinion, this is a perfect figure. I love this thing to no end. All of the accessories you get with this, you could not, literally, for like almost every NECA figure, you could probably look at it and say, I think this accessory was missing, but it was still, maybe it was still a great figure, but you could have thrown in this accessory. Legitimately, I do not think there's an accessory they could have included with this figure that they did not include. They knocked it out of the ballpark with this figure. It is so incredible, and that foil effect on the box too, just icing on the cake, man. This is such an incredible figure. This is a must-have for the year. Seriously, this is probably my top recommendation. There is, of course, a number 1, but this thing is so perfect. I literally have 0 complaints with this figure. It is that good. I could keep raving and raving and raving, but we need to get to the number 1 pick of the best figure of 2019. So let's do that. And of course, the number 1 best NECA figure of 2019 is the Ultimate Emissary Predator. Okay, that was obviously a joke. The number 1 best NECA figure of 2019 is the Freddy vs. Jason Ultimate Jason Voorhees. By far, NECA's absolute best Jason figure, and is definitely, in my opinion, the greatest release of 2019, and also, this is my current favorite NECA figure ever. I just love this figure from head to toe. The sculpt is incredible. The way they did everything, the accessories are phenomenal. And there may be some personal bias with this pick because this is my favorite look for Jason. And I have been wanting a figure of this look forever. And we finally got it, and they knocked it so far out of the park with it. It is just perfect in my opinion. In my opinion, this is once again another perfect action figure. There were a lot of those this year, but I absolutely love this figure. I may be alone on this pick, putting this one at number 1, but this is honestly, in my opinion, the best figure of 2019. I simply love this thing. So, ladies and gentlemen, there it is. This has been my top 15 picks for the top 15 best NECA figures of 2019, and I want to reiterate how difficult this list was to make. If there was a figure released in 2019 that you feel should have been on this list, by all means, throw me a comment down below, let me know, because honestly, this was probably the most difficult video I have ever made. Choosing 15 figures from this year was just impossible. There were so many incredible figures this year. There were so many that didn't even make it onto this list that I totally wanted to put on, such as the SDC exclusive John Connor. That is such a great figure. Let's see, what are a couple more that I really wanted to throw on here? I love the Night of the Demons 2-pack from Scream Factory. I do really like the Roy Burns Ultimate. I do really like the quarter scale Pennywise, the 2017 quarter scale Pennywise. The Laser Shot Predator was also close. There were just so many figures this year that I wanted to put on here, but these were, in the end, the ones I decided to throw at the top 15 for this year. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to give a huge thank you to 2019 because not only was this a phenomenal year for NECA, this was a phenomenal year for me in general. My channel really took off this year, and I honestly cannot thank you guys enough for that. Anybody out there watching this video right now who whether you're subscribed or not, if you left a like or anything or a nice comment, anything you do to support this channel is just, it makes me so very happy. And this year, this channel really did finally become something. Because last year, I was really just a nobody on YouTube, and I wouldn't really consider myself a somebody yet, but this year certainly did a lot for my channel. And also in my personal life as well, this was such a great year for me in general. I really, really loved this year. This was just a really good year. So yes, this is my final goodbye for 2019. This isn't going to be the last video of 2019. I do have some more planned, but this video took a lot of work. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video because this took forever to make. I'm very tired. I'm probably going to, once this is done, clean up this huge mess I've made and then go to sleep. So, thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe for more NECA content. And this is DK Guillotine, signing out. Bye!